Look down at your stomach for a second. Does it hang softly over your belt? Does it stick straight out like you've swallowed a basketball? Or does it sit low around your waist no matter how much weight you lose? Most people think belly fat is just fat, but your body tells a much more detailed story. Different belly shapes are often driven by different biological processes, and understanding which type you have may completely change the way you approach it. One shape is commonly linked with chronic stress and excess visceral fat. Another is mostly stored beneath the skin and is influenced by hormones and genetics. A swollen, tight abdomen may even signal fluid accumulation rather than fat. Treating all three exactly the same often leads to frustration because you're solving the wrong problem. Today we're breaking down the three major belly types, what may be happening inside your body, and lifestyle changes that can help address each one. Let's begin with the belly that usually worries doctors the most. Type 1. The hard belly. Imagine someone with relatively thin arms and legs, yet their abdomen pushes outward like an inflated ball. Unlike soft belly fat, this stomach feels firm and tight rather than jiggly. Sometimes it's simply deep visceral fat surrounding the internal organs. But in some people, especially when accompanied by swelling, yellowing of the skin, leg swelling, or shortness of breath, it may indicate fluid accumulation inside the abdomen, a condition called ascites that requires immediate medical attention. Visceral fat behaves very differently from the fat you can pinch. Instead of sitting under the skin, it wraps itself around organs like the liver, pancreas, and intestines. It acts almost like an endocrine organ, releasing inflammatory chemicals that interfere with insulin sensitivity, blood pressure regulation, and metabolism. The more visceral fat you accumulate, the greater the risk of fatty liver disease, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and metabolic syndrome. The liver plays a central role here. Think of it as your body's chemical processing plant. Every meal, medication, and toxin eventually passes through it. When excess calories, alcohol, or long-term metabolic dysfunction overwhelm the liver, fat begins accumulating inside liver cells. This condition, known as fatty liver disease, may progress to inflammation and eventually fibrosis if left unchecked. As scar tissue develops, blood has greater difficulty flowing through the liver, increasing pressure within the surrounding blood vessels. In advanced liver disease, this pressure combined with reduced production of albumin can allow fluid to collect inside the abdomen, creating the classic hard swollen belly seen in severe cases. The encouraging news is that early fatty liver often responds remarkably well to lifestyle changes. Losing even 5 to 10% of body weight has been shown to significantly reduce liver fat. Limiting alcohol, reducing sugary drinks, cutting back on highly processed foods, and increasing regular physical activity remain the most evidence-based strategies. Despite what many advertisements claim, no supplement can replace these foundational habits. If you ever develop a rapidly enlarging tight abdomen accompanied by swelling or other concerning symptoms, it's essential to seek medical evaluation rather than attempting to treat it with home remedies. Now let's move to a completely different body pattern. Type 2, the soft lower belly. This is the belly many people describe as stubborn. It hangs lower, feels soft when touched, and is easy to pinch because much of it lies directly beneath the skin. Unlike visceral fat, this is called subcutaneous fat. It tends to accumulate around the lower abdomen, hips, and thighs, particularly in women, although many men develop it as hormone levels change with age. Hormones influence where fat is stored. Estrogen encourages fat storage beneath the skin, particularly around the hips and lower abdomen, while testosterone generally favors lean muscle mass. As hormone balance shifts through aging, menopause, obesity, or certain medical conditions, fat distribution changes as well. Genetics also play a major role, which explains why two people eating similar diets can store fat in completely different places. Modern lifestyles may also contribute. Physical inactivity, chronic calorie excess, poor sleep, and prolonged stress all influence hormone regulation. Researchers continue investigating whether exposure to certain environmental chemicals may affect metabolism, but diet, activity level, genetics, and overall energy balance remain the strongest proven factors. The most effective long-term strategy for reducing subcutaneous belly fat combines consistent calorie control, strength training to preserve muscle, regular walking or cardio, adequate protein intake, and sufficient sleep. Unlike miracle detoxes, these habits gradually shift your body's hormonal environment in a healthier direction. Type 3. The stress apron. This is the belly most people struggle with today. It hangs over the waistband, often feels heavy, and is usually accompanied by increasing waist size, even if the number on the scale doesn't change dramatically. Unlike subcutaneous fat, this fat is largely visceral, wrapping itself around the organs inside the abdomen. It's strongly associated with insulin resistance, chronic stress, poor sleep, and long periods of inactivity. Think of cortisol as your body's emergency alarm. Thousands of years ago, it helped humans survive by releasing stored energy whenever danger appeared. The problem is that modern stress rarely lasts a few minutes. Deadlines, financial pressure, poor sleep, constant notifications, and emotional stress can keep cortisol elevated for weeks or even months. High cortisol alone doesn't automatically create belly fat, but when combined with excess calories and inactivity, it encourages fat to accumulate around the abdominal organs. At the same time, repeated spikes in insulin from frequent consumption of refined carbohydrates and sugary drinks make it even easier for the body to store that energy instead of burning it. Research has consistently shown that inadequate sleep makes this process worse. Sleeping fewer than 6 hours a night is associated with higher cortisol, reduced insulin sensitivity, increased hunger hormones, and greater calorie intake the following day. That's why many people exercise hard but still struggle to lose abdominal fat, because recovery, stress management, and sleep are working against them. The solution isn't to punish your body with endless high-intensity workouts. While HIIT can be beneficial for many people, someone living under constant stress may benefit just as much from lower-intensity movement like brisk walking, cycling, swimming, or resistance training combined with adequate recovery. Walking after meals has repeatedly been shown to improve blood sugar control, while strength training helps preserve muscle mass and improve insulin sensitivity. Nutrition matters just as much. Prioritizing lean protein, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, and reducing ultra-processed foods creates a calorie deficit without extreme dieting. Some people also find that time-restricted eating helps reduce unnecessary snacking, although it isn't required for fat loss. The best eating pattern is the one you can follow consistently for years, not just weeks. So how do you know which belly type you have? If your abdomen feels extremely tight, enlarges rapidly, or is accompanied by swelling elsewhere in the body, don't assume it's fat. Seek medical evaluation because fluid retention and liver disease require professional treatment. If your belly is soft and easy to pinch, you're likely dealing mostly with subcutaneous fat, which responds gradually to consistent nutrition and exercise. If your waistline continues expanding despite relatively slim arms and legs, visceral fat may be playing a larger role, making stress management, sleep, and metabolic health your highest priorities. And remember, many people don't fit neatly into one category. You might have both subcutaneous fat and visceral fat at the same time. That's perfectly normal. Instead of chasing miracle supplements or detoxes, focus on the habits that consistently produce results. Eat mostly whole foods, stay active every day, Lift weights a few times each week, sleep 7 to 9 hours whenever possible, manage stress, limit alcohol, and maintain a healthy body weight. Your belly isn't just about appearance. In many cases, it's giving you valuable clues about what's happening inside your body. Learning to understand those signals may be one of the most important steps you take toward improving your long-term health. If this video helped you identify your own belly type, let me know in the comments which one you recognized. And if you enjoy science-based health documentaries that separate myths from evidence, subscribe to Health Unfiltered so you don't miss the next one.